Dear students, today we are here on exercise 5.5, which is related to the, the types of lines. Okay, the types of lines which we have already studied earlier, but I want to tell you today in little brief what are the types of lines. So we are here on exercise 5.5. Now let's understand one by one. सबसे पहले I want to tell you perpendicular lines. The first topic which I want to teach you is perpendicular lines. Now always remember the lines, it can be having, I'm talking about two lines. The lines which are always making 90-degree angle between them will be known as perpendicular lines. Once again telling you, when you have two lines, suppose this is one line and another one line is this. So when you have two lines and when you combine them or when you join them, when they make 90-degree angle between them, they are known as perpendicular lines. Always remember, there is one identity of perpendicular line. They always form a letter L. Okay, they always form a letter L from it. Like for example, this is one example of perpendicular line. I'm showing you one more example of perpendicular line. Look at here. Okay, it can be one more example of perpendicular lines. See this. So these are all the example of perpendicular lines. See this. The angle between them 90 degree. The angle between them 90 degree. The angle between them 90 degree. And you can also form like this also. So the angle between them 90 degree. So remember, perpendicular lines are the lines which have 90-degree angle between them. Okay, so this is the first topic, perpendicular lines. Now let's understand, always remember alphabet L. जब भी ये आपस में join होती है बेटा alphabet L form करती हैं, ठीक है? Now let's move on to the next one, intersecting lines. Now the next one is intersecting line. I-N-T-E-R, intersecting lines. So intersecting lines का मतलब होता है बेटा when you have two lines, like just previous में लिया वैसे same again, when you have two lines, when they cut each other and make any kind of angle. ठीक है, any kind of angle means it can be an acute angle, it can be obtuse angle. For example, one line is this, one line is this. Now you can see making of acute angle also and obtuse angle also. ठीक है, acute angle also, obtuse angle. So remember, intersecting lines means the lines which cut each other at one point will be known as intersecting lines. Okay, the lines which cut each other at one point, you can see this is one point. They are known as intersecting lines. Now let's talk about parallel lines. Have you ever observed the railway track and the sides of the table also, the sides of the board also? These are the lines which never cut each other. Now look at here, I am showing you the example. See, they don't have any angle between them. Angle between them means they don't even join. Angle कब बनता है बेटा? Angle तब बनता है जब कोई भी दो लाइन आपस में ज्वाइन करेंगी. बट याद रखो, जब हम पैरेलल लाइन की बात करते हैं तो पैरेलल लाइन नेवर ज्वाइन ईच अदर. वो कभी एक दूसरे को ज्वाइन करती ही नहीं है. सो दैट इज व्हाई पैरेलल लाइंस जो होती है उनके बीच में 0 डिग्री का एंगल होता है. 0 डिग्री या आप बोल सकते हो कोई एंगल बनता ही नहीं है. So you can call it 0 degree angle. They don't have any angle between them. You can call it this also. You can also call it that they have 0 degree angle between them. And you can also call it they don't have any angle between them only. Because they never join each other. They never join each other. So you will find these examples. आपके रूलर की दोनों तरफ की साइड, आपका अल्फाबेट H में जो आपकी दो साइड्स होती हैं वो, ठीक है. So these are example of a railway track. So these are all the example of parallel lines. Remember one more thing in parallel line which is important. Remember अगर यहाँ पर 5 मीटर की डिस्टेंस है बेटा, इन दोनों लाइंस के बीच में यहाँ पर अगर 5 मीटर है, तो अगर आप इसको नीचे भी लेके जाएंगे तब भी इसकी डिस्टेंस 5 मीटर ही रहेगी. They have always the same distance between them. They are known as parallel lines. I want to tell you all, please keep in your mind when you talk about a parallel line, you can also take the example of your copy on which you are writing right now. आप अभी जिस कॉपी में लिख रहे हैं उसमें लाइंस बनी हुई हैं, गौर से देखिए. आप उस लाइन के ऊपर लिखते हो और बेटा जो लाइन आप लिखते हो वो लाइन के बीच में क्या होता है, उसमें भी गैप्स होता है. नो, gaps are there and the gaps are always same. The gaps are always same, है ना. You can write it down. That is why you write in a very beautiful handwriting because the gaps are same. अगर आपका गैप कहीं पर कम होगा, कहीं पर ज्यादा होगा, तो आप उसमें लिख नहीं पाओगे, है ना. कहीं पर आपकी हैंडराइटिंग बहुत बड़ी आएगी, कहीं पर आपकी हैंडराइटिंग बहुत छोटी आएगी. So remember, when you talk about parallel lines, you can take the example of railway track. You can take the example of your ladder also. ठीक है, लैडर जो जिसको रख करके ऊपर चढ़ा जाता है, जो बांस की बनाई जाती है, ठीक है, बम्बू की बनाई जाती है, that is also known as the example of parallel line. You can also take the help of your copy. Side of river. Yes, Aditya, absolutely right. It can be side of river. It can be the side of tabletop. It can be, look at here, the side of my blackboard also. The side of my blackboard also, it's an example of parallel line. Okay, so we have discussed right now about parallel line, perpendicular lines and intersecting lines. Okay, so I just want to ask 2 questions from you. Please reply in the chat box right now. What is the measure of angle between 2 parallel lines? What is the measure of angle between 2 parallel lines? Abhi just now I told you. Measurement of angle I am asking. I am asking the angle beta. What is the measurement of angle between 2 parallel lines? Answer should be 0 degree. Answer should be 0 degree. You can also call it no angle because parallel line do not have any angle between them. They do not meet only beta. वो कभी एक दूसरे से मिलती ही नहीं है, तो एंगल कहाँ से आएगा. अभी मैंने जो 5 मीटर लिखा है, that is distance. That is distance. That is not the measurement of angle beta. ठीक है. So remember, in parallel lines there is no angle only. So they have 0 degree angle between them. Now I want to ask another question. Can you please tell me what is the angle between 2 perpendicular lines? What is the angle between 2 perpendicular lines? Faster, please. Wow, great. Absolutely right. Right angle. You can call it 90 degree also. Remember, whenever you see perpendicular lines, always understand you are talking about right angle. Okay, you are always talking about a right angle when you talk about a perpendicular line. So these were the all types of lines which I have discussed right now to you. Now I am going to discuss the exercise related the questions. I want all of you to please note it down one by one on your fair copy. Question number first of exercise 5.5. It says that which of the following are the models of perpendicular line? आपको बताना है कौन कौन सी perpendicular line है. सबसे पहला एग्जाम्पल, the adjacent edges of a tabletop. Adjacent क्या होता है, मैंने आपको बताया था ना. Adjacent मतलब होता है एक के बाद एक जुड़ा हुआ. That you can have a common vertex. So this line and this line will be called as adjacent. And remember, जब हम बात करते हैं किसी टेबल टॉप की या आप किसी अभी ब्लैक बोर्ड भी आप देख सकते हो, that they have L shape between the corner. अगर आपके टेबल टॉप में भी अगर L का कॉर्नर है, so that means you are talking about perpendicular lines. So the first one is the example of perpendicular line. But remember बेटा, अगर आपकी टेबल टॉप सर्कल है, किसी किसी के घर में जो टेबल होगी ना, वो सर्कल के शेप की होगी. So if it is circle, so then you don't have perpendicular line. I am talking about rectangular, I am talking about square. तो अगर आपकी टेबल रेक्टेंगल है या स्क्वायर है, that means you have the example of perpendicular line between the edges of the tabletop. Now move on to the B1. B1 is the lines of a railway track are the example of parallel lines. रेलवे ट्रैक में जो ट्रैक्स होती हैं बेटा, जो हमेशा एकदम एक दूसरे से स्ट्रेट होती हैं, do you find them parallel or do you find them perpendicular? Yes, they are not the perpendicular line, they are parallel lines बेटा, ठीक है, they are not perpendicular, they are parallel lines. So इसमें आंसर perpendicular नहीं आएगा, because रेलवे ट्रैक जो होता है वो इस तरीके से दिखता है, यहाँ पर इसके ऊपर ट्रेन चलती है, ठीक है, so they never meet each other, so always remember they are parallel lines. Question number C of it, it is telling the line segments forming the letter L. Forming the letter L. L का मतलब हुआ, अभी मैंने आपको बताया था, L means talking about this shape, and this shape means again you are talking about perpendicular line. Now move on to the D1. The letter V. The letter V, do you find perpendicular in it? No, not at all. They are the example of intersecting line. They are not the example of perpendicular line because there is no 90-degree angle between them. So these are not perpendicular. They are intersecting only. So remember, for question number 1, A and C are only perpendicular. A and C are only perpendicular. Okay. Second one is parallel. Fourth one is intersecting. Now question number 2. Let PQ be the perpendicular to the line segment XY. Let PQ and XY intersect in the point of what is the measure of PAY. Very good question again. Question number 2. It is telling you have two line segment PQ and XY. और आपको बोल रहा है कि PQ and जो XY है, they are meeting each other and they are perpendicular lines. Look at here. PQ XY. Okay, like this. See this. There are two lines PQ and XY. It is telling in the question that they are perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular to each other. Now it is telling कि अगर दोनों एक दूसरे को A point पर मिलते हो, that if they both are meeting each other at point A, can you tell me what is the measurement of this angle PAY? You tell me beta. I have told you perpendicular line makes always one angle only. Which angle? Yes, totally right. It's 90-degree only. And beta, not only PAY, PAX is also 90, QAX is also 90, QAY is also 90, and PAY also 90. All 90, 90, 90, 90 will be only there, because when you talk about perpendicular lines, you should always be remember they are always forming 90-degree angle between them. Students, now we are discussing question number 3. Now, if you all remember, when I was teaching you the parts of geometry box, I have also told you about set square. आप सभी लोगों के ज्योमेट्री बॉक्स में सेट स्क्वायर होते हैं बेटा, ठीक है, आप सभी लोगों के ज्योमेट्री बॉक्स में सेट स्क्वायर्स होते हैं. सो नाउ यू कैन सी सेट स्क्वायर कैसे दिखते हैं. आपका एक सेट स्क्वायर ऐसे दिखता है, and another one also look like that only, little one, bigger one. ठीक है, एक छोटा होता है और एक काफी बड़ा होता है. So remember, it is asking what is the angle between the set squares edges. Now remember, it edges के बीच में बेटा 90 डिग्री का एंगल होता है और इसमें भी 90 डिग्री का एंगल होता है. I have also told you that we use set squares for making right angle triangles also, and also for the perpendicular line. Yes, Anushka, you are absolutely right, and you are showing also the figure totally correct. Both are right angles only in the set squares. So it is asking in the question, there are two set square in your box. What are the measure of the angle that are formed at their corners? They are forming 90-degree angle between their corners. Okay. It is asking what is the measure of, do you have any angle measure that is common? Yes, because we have two set square and both the set square have 90-degree angle common in them. So the common angle is right angle. The common angle is 90 degree between both the set squares. Okay. So this is all about question number 3. Now question number 4. Study the diagram. The line L is perpendicular to line M. The figure is already drawn, beta. Okay. Now it is telling here, is CE is equal to EG. Is CE is equal to EG? आपको फिगर को देखना है और फिर रिप्लाई करना है. So for that, what I am doing, I am also making this figure on our board so that you can relate this figure very properly and we can complete this exercise today. Look at here, question number 4th figure. I want you all also to please draw the figure, beta. All of you please draw this figure right now on your copy with the help of book. This is one line which is perpendicular. Here we have point E. This is point F. This is point G and this is point H. E, F, G, H, and this is 5. This is 6. This is 7 and this is 8. Now here we have D, here we have C, here we have B, and here we have A. Now this is 0, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and another one is 0 also. Now let's understand one by one all the questions related to it. The first one is telling here, is CE is equal to EG. आपसे पूछ रहा है CE जो लाइन है वो EG के इक्वल है या नहीं है. Yes or no. Now look at here CE. This is line CE. 3 to 4, 4 to 5. It means you have the gap of 2 between C to E. आपके पास 2 यूनिट का गैप है बेटा CE के बीच में. Now let's see EG. EG 5 to 7, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. Again 2 unit gap. Now what do you say? Are they equal or not? आप मुझे बताइए. By looking at the figure, you tell me, are they equal or not? Yes, absolutely right. They are equal. So the first one will be yes. Now second one. Does PE bisect? This is line PE. Okay. Does PE bisect CG? Now look at here CG. This is CG line. CG. आपसे बोल रहा है ये जो PE लाइन है जो आपने बनाई है अभी PE, is it bisecting? What is the meaning of the word bisecting? Bisecting करने का मतलब होता है बेटा किसी भी पार्ट को 2 इक्वल में डिवाइड करना. ठीक है, 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना. फॉर एग्जांपल, if it is a line segment of 8 centimeter, that means it will divide into 4 4, half half. Yes, absolutely right. So remember, it is asking, does this line PE divides CG into 2 equal parts? Yes. See this, 2 parts, 2 parts. So yes, answer will be yes again for the B question. Now third one, it is telling identify any 2 line segments for which PE is the perpendicular bisector. Now there are 2 words, perpendicular and bisector. Perpendicular, I have already told you, making 90-degree angle between 2 lines, and bisector means it should divide into 2 equal parts also. So if you will follow this line, you will watch it that DF line DF को भी PE लाइन जो है बेटा वो 2 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड कर रही है, एंड ऑल्सो H. 1, 2, 3 part, 1, 2, 3 part. So you can also write it down line B, H. B, H. Okay. So BH is also dividing into two equal parts. DF is also dividing into two equal parts. Now move on to the last question of this exercise is question number D. Are these true? Now we have certain questions. आपको बताना है कौन सा वाला true है, कौन सा वाला false है. So the first one is telling AC is greater than FG. अब आप मुझे बताइए yes or no. AC is greater than FG. What do you say? AC. Look at here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have 2 unit gap. And here we have FG. Only 1 unit gap. So the answer is yes. Okay, the first one will be yes, it's true. Now CD is equal to GH. CD is equal to CD means 1 unit and GH means also 1 unit. So the answer will be CD is equal to GH. Answer will be again yes or true because they have the same gap between them. So this is also completed. Now last one, BC is smaller than EH. EH, this is EH, 1 unit gap, 2 unit gap, 3 unit gap. And it is talking about BC. BC is this, only the smaller one. So yes, you are right. BC is smaller than EH. Answer is again yes. So in all the conditions, your answer is yes only. Fine. So this exercise 5.5 is completed from our end. Now, whenever we'll meet on the next class, we will be discussing our next exercise, that is 5.6.